Good morning, Boyd, and thank you so much for being with us at Glee TV. This has been a great year for you with more acquisitions in the pipeline. Is there more room for growth?
Oh, absolutely. When you look at the map, we've got 61 centres so far, but there's no reason why we can't grow to 100 centres or more.
When we talk to the community, we hear that customers are actually pushing the sustainability agenda. Does this impact your buying decisions or your decisions for the business in terms of sustainability?
Yeah, it certainly does. We've got to make sure that our customers get choice. That's the key element for us. So they get to make their own decisions and they don't get penalised for making maybe a more environmental decision than a less environmental one. So it's about having a good range of products which actually tick all the boxes and ensuring that customers are educated to understand what buying certain products means. So they understand the differences between a peat or a peat-free compost, for example. They understand the difference between recycled and recyclable. So it's about understanding for our customers, and that's what we're trying to make sure that they get that level of knowledge from us.
And do you invest in staff training as well, so that staff can provide the right recommendations for your customers?
Absolutely, all year round it's important because the products are always changing, and what was a product a year ago and the mix might be different inside the bag this year. So it's important to revisit products and ensure that staff are aware of the latest version, because they might look the same on the outside, but quite often in the bag or the box it can be quite different.
One of the biggest long-standing issues the garden industry has is to nurture young talent. People see it as a gap year or a weekend job, but they don't really see it as a viable career option. What would you say to those people?
Well, it's a good question, but I think it's also important that we look at people of all ages. So we do employ a lot of young people. Out of the 2,800 we've got on our team, over 1,000 are under the age of 35. So we have a large number of young people in the business. What's important is for them to see the career opportunity and to realise that this industry is one that can provide you with a job for life. So we like to make sure they get opportunities. We encourage everybody at our centres to take some responsibility. It might be for a very small part of the business, but actually that gives them the confidence to then take on larger areas, and from that they grow, and then their opportunity to become a supervisor, a manager, and so on is there. And it's also important to make sure that people at the other age end of the spectrum realise that actually you're never too old to work in our industry. You know, knowledge is a wonderful thing, and a lifetime of gardening makes you a real expert in the garden centre to talk to new gardeners. So it's a combination of both, but we encourage all ages.
So it's all about being inclusive as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I think attitude's the biggest positive thing we're looking for. So positive attitude, somebody, be a young or old, who wants to work hard, who enjoys the world of horticulture and the garden centre world, can do really well in our business. We've got plenty of career opportunity. People can progress quickly. If they've got the right mind and they're willing to work and learn, then they'll do well with our business.
Wearing your industry hat, what do you think the industry could do to encourage more people into garden retail?
I think we need to make people aware that actually you can make a difference. One of the beauties of our industry is that you can do something today. You can sell a plant, you can plant a plant, you can grow a product on a nursery, and that immediately has a positive impact on the planet, on the local atmosphere, on the carbon footprint. So actually people realising that to make a difference in our industry is very easy is a big attractant, I think, because I think younger people nowadays feel that they want to have a job with a purpose and understand what they're doing is doing something good. And that's of course what our industry does all the time. So as an industry, we need to make sure that we relay that message. It's so easy for us to forget that what we know is not common knowledge. So actually sharing what we take for granted with the wider world by going to careers fairs at schools, talking to people in their early teenage years about the choice of exams they're going to take, and actually helping them steer them through education so they come out of education with a set of experiences at school and college that actually put them in a good place. Also encouraging them, of course, to have work at weekends with us, and when they do come and work at weekends, don't just leave them on the tills or pushing trolleys. Encourage them to explore the business and learn more about it, so that grounding they get as 16, 17, 18-year-olds is actually going to work in their favour.
And what are the main challenges for the business for the year ahead?
I think the weather's much more of a significant player again. We've had 2 years where the weather has been less important. I think now we're back into more normal seasonality, so we'll see that. We can't hide from the economic factors that are going to influence everybody's disposable income, but what we mustn't be afraid of is reminding people that actually gardening is really affordable. Spending time in your garden doesn't cost a lot of money compared to many other activities. So I don't fear the fact that maybe people will spend more time at home, because home then becomes garden time. So I think that's a positive, but we need to make sure that people have success. And so if they do invest a few pounds in some new plants or in some gardening activity, they're actually successful, and that will bring them back time after time. And once they're hooked, of course, it's hooked for life, isn't it?
Yes. And one very last question, why are you at Glee this year? Why is it special?
But why wouldn't you be at Glee? I mean, it's a must-do event, isn't it? So, joking apart, Glee is if Chelsea is the biggest flower show and the best in the world for the consumer, Glee is the biggest and best trade show in the world, because you've got everything from garden patios and fire pits, right through to garden chemicals and tools, garden gifting. The whole garden centre world is here. You can't cover this many products and this many suppliers in such a short time. So Glee is a must-do event for everybody. I can't understand why anybody would not come to Glee. It's really, where are you if you're not at Glee? What's so important? Don't understand.
Thank you so much, Boyd, for being with us at Glee TV, and thank you for watching.